excited to be joined by Mike Bondarenko. Mike, thanks for being here.
Yeah, well, thanks for inviting me.
So, Mike, you're the owner, founder, CEO, all the above of Bondo Developments. So maybe tell me a little bit about, I guess, your construction history that kind of got you to that point of starting a business.
Yeah. Well, I started out as a carpenter, so right out of high school. Buddy asked me, do you want to go to carpentry school? And it was a quick decision. I said yes. I went. He didn't go. And about 5 years later, I got my journeyman from there. And had some different work placements in there. I worked some residential, commercial, and industrial. So pretty well rounded in that regard. And then, I didn't get a chance to move up with any of those companies that I worked with. So I decided, I'll try this on my own and start my own business. And that was about 5 years ago.
Okay, so about 5 years ago started Bondo Developments. Obviously, a little play off your last name. Is that kind of what you went to, or is there more to the story?
No, it was a nickname through high school. My sister got the nickname.
Okay.
And then, I came to high school and I got the nickname too, and it just stuck ever since. Tried to get rid of it, couldn't.
Fair enough. Yeah, so well-rounded, it looks like now you've fallen a little bit more into the residential space, but I'll let you speak to that. So about 5 years ago, when Bondo started, what kind of work projects mainly did kind of started, and how has that kind of evolved here over the years?
Yeah, it's changed quite a bit. I started out working by myself, so I was doing the jobs and I was running the company. So it was generally smaller jobs. Started out as somewhat handyman, smaller renovations. And then kind of got my name out there, started doing kitchens. And then as you get to the bigger jobs, you realize, this is difficult to do by myself. Physically,
yeah, for sure.
There's a lot more to do. Mm-hmm. And then also, there's a lot more legwork kind of behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. And so about 3 years ago, hired an employee, which worked out amazing. He's awesome. Mm-hmm. And about 6 months ago, hired my second employee.
Great. So
the company's grown in the past 5 years too.
Okay, yeah, so that's huge. I remember, I think it would have been around 3 or 4 years ago. It was kind of during that COVID time,
yep,
where that's where we met, and you got to do our basement renovation. So since then, you've grown with a couple guys. But even then, I think you had a guy come and help it periodically. But now,
yeah, I think I might have then. It was you get to those bigger jobs, and you got to make things work sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does growth look like? So now, are you managing a little bit more, or you at the job site most of the time, or kind of what does that look like for you?
So right now, still wearing many hats at Bondo Developments. One of those is project manager, so looking over those projects, making sure all materials are ordered. Delivery guy for the guys on site a lot of the time. So kind of whatever they need to be right now, but always looking to grow and hopefully hire some of that stuff out. Sure.
Awesome. And in the future, you're kind of growing. What's kind of the vision? What do you see? Like, what would be for you right now an ideal job that you would look at, and how do you see that evolving? Or are you just kind of open to see where it goes?
Yeah. So, like, the perfect job for us right now is what we really like doing are whole home renovations. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like our bread and butter. We're set up well for that. Mm-hmm. And we're set up well for that through experience. Mm-hmm. We've got a lot of experience doing those. And myself, and I know the guys that I work with, like my employees, they like doing those ones too.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some always new.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta figure it out as you go, because you're gonna find stuff that you didn't expect. Yeah. And that's part of the fun of it.
For sure.
So yeah, the whole home renovations are awesome. We really like basement developments too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lots of basement development.
Yeah.
I know people are probably looking, for wet bars, at different types of suite options to be able to get some income as well. I don't know if that's something.
For sure. Well, I mean, even through COVID, a lot of people were traveling, so they're staying home, and we're still seeing a little bit of a tail end of that. People spend money on their houses, their basements, making more square footage.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. Okay, and what, starting out a business is challenging. What did you find? What was a big learning experience in the first couple of years one of the biggest challenges or hurdles that you felt like you had to overcome that kind of got you to be, quite a successful business?
Yeah, so I was thinking about this earlier, and probably the biggest challenge was going from carpenter to entrepreneur. So I didn't even realize until, I don't know, maybe a year ago something, that I had a major career change from carpenter to entrepreneur.
For sure.
And it didn't even click until, like I said, about a year ago. So you're on the tools, framing a basement, you're doing drywall, something like that, and then fast forward to let me say 2 years now. I'm not on the tools very much anymore at all, but I'm talking to the bookkeepers, getting taxes ready, planning out all the jobs ahead of time before they start, making sure all the materials are ordered.
For sure.
That was a big change.
No, certainly.
And that was really a challenge.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
And as you've grown, I mean, the challenge still exists. It's not going to go away.
Yeah.
It's part of being a business owner. But do you feel like you've been able to prioritize some of those tasks with some people full-time on the tools? Has that helped, or does it remain as you kind of scale up your business again?
Well, I'm getting better at it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting better at it. Part of the reason I'm getting better is because I know that I'm actually in a career change.
For sure.
At the moment, so I'm realizing that, and like I said, I'm getting better at it. You get more efficient, and then like I said earlier, you gotta hand off some of those tasks too. Yeah, can't be doing everything.
No, certainly being able to delegate is huge, and probably this goes hand in hand. But in terms of a big success, or maybe it's a job you're proud of, or something, what would be, as you reflect in the last 5 years, something that big success or something?
You know what? We just finished a job for a retired couple, and we started in their basement. We did a basement development for them, and then we did 2 bathrooms upstairs, and then we did their whole upstairs finishes, so flooring, doors, trim, baseboards. And the best part about that is after we're done, the lady gave me a handwritten note, just like probably a couple paragraphs, just thanking us for everything we did. And you just don't see that very much anymore. And so that was a job we were really proud of. They were super happy with it, and they were probably the ideal client for us.
Yes. And I know I can speak from experience. You're in the customer service industry, right? So being able to, I remember, being at this table, communicate well, giving updates about job, this stuff is really important. And from my experience, you do it really well. So sorry I didn't get you a handwritten note, but I know referrals are powerful in growing a business, and certainly you do a really good job at that. So I'm not surprised at all to hear that story, Mike.
Yeah, and that's part of it. Kind of the transition of the career change was getting good at that communication. I guess that's important with any job. But yeah, for sure, something definitely work on.
Yeah, make sure people aren't guessing what's next.
Yeah, that's not what you want in your contractor.
For sure.
What's gonna come up with now?
Yeah, and maybe on a lighter personal note. So you got a young family. Yeah, we're coming here into summer in Saskatoon. When you're not working, and maybe that's one of the challenges, at least that I've experienced. Time management, priorities. Obviously, we know we got to put our family before our business, but it gets challenging. So when we do that well, what does Mike and the family like to do? What does that look like?
Well, the kids are into sports right now.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, driving from soccer to swimming, to gymnastics. So chauffeur a little bit there. But that's a big part of the time.
Yeah.
Being with the kids. What else are we doing? We're heading to the lake whenever we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Summer season's starting.
Yeah.
So we're gonna head out there. They love that.
Nice.
They how all the kids are. They take up a lot of the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot in our calendar, and I try and prioritize. I see the red in the calendar with the kids' sports, and don't book anything there. Right, it's important. I'm glad to hear that, family man, as well. And if people were looking to find you, how would they find you? What social media, website? How would we track you down?
Yeah, so all our contact info is on our website, www.bondodevelopments.ca, and they can message us through there or phone through there, and or message through socials, so Instagram, Facebook, if you want to take a look at some of the jobs we've done before. Instagram's a good place for that, and you can message us right on there too.
Cool. Yeah. So, maybe just tell people, if I'm gonna, I want to contact Mike, I want to get a job done, then maybe walk us through that, a little bit of that process, what that looks like from initial contact to, okay, now I'm getting a kitchen reno done.
Yeah. So first of all, you think of someone who does renovations, you think, oh, they can come and do my renovation. For us, it's not cut and dry like that. Not every job is going to be perfect for us. Just like we won't be perfect for every customer and their needs. So first thing is, making sure we can work together, making sure your renovation fits our scope of work and something that we can really succeed at and do good for the customer. So that's number one, making sure that fits. And then after that, coming to the job site and getting a look at what they have, kind of their vision. Some people know exactly what they want done. They're just like, I want a wall here, I got the fixture, it's cut and dry. Some people, they quite frankly don't have a clue. They're just like, I made a call and that was a tough step for me.
For sure.
Yeah. And so we kind of walk them through the process there too. Help them along, kind of get a clearer vision of what this could look like.
Yes.
And that's the kind of the first steps to it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Well, you mentioned how we can reach you. Mike, I appreciate you taking the time here to have this conversation. And if you're looking for work, Mike might be your guy, and you know how to find him there on the website and through socials.